right now. I don't even know if you can see this, but it smells so good. Like, it's bringing me back, because when I first moved into this house, we had to do a little bit of construction before I moved in, but I would come here almost every day and just like diffuse the shit out of frankincense to kind of clear the space and make it not full of cooties. So I'm decootifying again, and it feels good. So yay! We've got more people here. Who we've got? Hey Claudia, hey Erin, hey Rosa, hey Rachel, hi Linda, hi Emily. Okay, let me do that like that. Yes, I'm sunshiny because I have a new light source. Hey Kim. So yay, 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 super exciting. And I also got a Nag Champa one, which smells amazingly delicious. She doesn't have like a huge selection, but I'm really happy with the quality, and shipping is fast as well. So yay. Hey Shelly. Hey Jean. And it's also nice and chilly this morning. It's totally sweater weather. Like, it's gonna be all right, guys. All right, so I wanted to tell you, I posted this in Restoration, and it's a little bit funny, like, you know, kind of haha funny. So while I've been totally like losing my mind over this Mars retrograde, on the 12th, Jupiter went direct. And what does that mean for us? Well, good things. So Jupiter is the planet of abundance, right? It's of all the things working out and flowing, and all of your manifestations like popping off, right? So when Jupiter was in retrograde, isn't that necessarily things didn't happen, or inspiration wasn't there, but it could have felt, and I think I linked this article. There was a wonderful article that used cupcakes as an analogy, which really worked for me. But basically, to kind of just break it down, when Jupiter was in retrograde, it felt like it was giving us an opportunity to really know our own capabilities and what we truly want, right? And now that Jupiter's clicked direct, that means it is go time for the energy to kind of flood in and assist us and give us that boost to get where we want to go. So any of the things that you have been kind of circling around or have bubbling up inside of you, and you're just like, now the energy has released, and it's time for those things to be real. And I've been talking to you guys a lot about manifestation and how very, very, very important it is for you guys to do your manifesting work. And so with that in mind, I have the link there to join Restoration if you like. But if you are in the Restoration Facebook group, you are invited to join us for the new moon call on Friday, because we're celebrating having 200 members in the group. So you can join, which is what all the Restoration subscription members do, twice a month. You can join us and experience a moon call and see what it's like to kind of put your collective energy together as we all seed our intentions and then follow through with our manifestations. It's super powerful and really fun. So I'm excited to see a lot of faces there on Friday at 4. If you want to do that and you're part of the Restoration Facebook group, you just have to sign up. And there is a link in the Facebook group pinned at the top for you to do that. That way you will get the sign-in information, and you'll get the call emailed to you if you can't make it at 4 p.m. So now I'm gonna make a hand movement for myself so I know where to cut this video, because I've been chatting. All right, so let's start talking about anxiety versus intuition, okay? Because this is a question that I get in many different forms, and it's all kind of distilling down to the same thing. It's like, are the voices in my head for good or evil? Am I supposed to listen? Are they giving me guidance? Like, what's happening here? And I want to tell you, just first off, a little bit about tone, right? So if the voices in your head are unkind, if they are pushy, manipulative, if they reach back in time and remind you of other times that you have been less than, or you failed at something, or they're bringing up an uncomfortable situation for you to then be in again, that is not your intuition. Your intuition is never going to drag you through the mud to teach you a lesson. That's your anxiety. So feel into that for yourself, right? What is the, what does the voice inside your head sound like? What's the tone? When you start receiving the words or the feelings, what's the energy behind them? Also, your anxiety will speak in loops. It will be pretty relentless. It will be something that is difficult to break out of, and you may find yourself just thinking about it over and over and over again. And that makes it really easy, right, to think that it might be some intuitive guidance, because you're like, I can't stop thinking about it. There must be a reason that I'm thinking about it. So I'm going to tell you a little story that I'm just making up in my brain to kind of illustrate the difference between following intuitive guidance and following your anxiety, all right? So let's say this thought pops into your head, all right? And you're thinking, I think this is my intuition. It pops in, it's kind of weird and like out of nowhere, and you want to test this theory. Is it truly a thing? If it's your anxiety, it will come with some emotion, right? You're going to feel something that then triggers you into something. If it's your anxiety, you're going to continue thinking about it. So here's an action to take to help you figure out if it truly is intuition versus anxiety, if you just really can't tell at first. Ask for a sign, okay? We have this team around us, each and every one of us. We have a team, and they are literally there to assist us, send messages, remind us of the things that we told them to remind us of, and help us along our path. They are here for this. So ask. You receive this information, say, okay, if this is an intuitive hit, if this is guidance I should be paying attention to, please send me some sort of sign so that I know. You will receive a sign. It may be really weird and random. Still a sign. All the best signs are weird and random. So allow yourself to open up to that and say, okay, I'm testing it by asking for confirmation. There should be no problem for your guides to give you some confirmation if you're truly struggling to understand whether you're receiving an intuitive hit or you're just in an anxiety spin, okay? So there's that. Now, on the flip side, if you have something on your mind that is not leaving your mind, right? It comes in waves. It comes in waves. It's like, I can't stop thinking about this. I can't stop thinking about this. Oh my God, why can't I stop thinking about this? There's something wrong with me. Do I have to do something about this? Any of those kind of thoughts, those kind of swirling thoughts, that is not intuition, because intuition is not going to come to you in that kind of a fashion. So to recap, because the base of this is really simple. Your anxiety is going to have a tone of voice that is relentless, possibly unkind, disparaging, bringing up old shit, causing you to have feelings that do not feel good, confusion, and making you feel less than, okay? Anxiety. Intuition is gonna pop in with some random shit, okay? And it's gonna be like, what? What was that? Okay. And then you're gonna say, send me a sign to make sure that I'm not insane. And you're gonna get a sign. And then you follow the breadcrumbs and you go on the journey, and then you see where that leads you, right? That is intuition. So it's totally different energies that can, when they first pop in, seem similar. A lot of us receive our guidance in a voice that sounds just like our own voices. And that can be really difficult to then unmesh, because you have to actually feel the energy in the voice and not just assume you're talking to yourself. That happens a lot for me. My intuition, most of the time, does sound like myself in my head. And so it was really difficult for me to push through that barrier and to believe that I'm actually receiving intuitive guidance and not just talking to myself, right? So it's some, if you are one of those who are, you know, your voice sounds like your voice, it takes a leap of faith, and it takes confirmation and validation, and it is completely normal and natural to need both of those things. So feel into it for yourself. There's no right way or wrong way to receive your intuitive guidance. We all have our own unique ways of pulling it in. But your guides, your angels, will never, ever speak to you in unkind tones. They will never tell you what to do. They will never give you ultimatums, okay? If you are connecting with spirit or hearing a voice that is telling you what you need to do, how you need to do it, and that you have to do it, those are 3 triggers that you should know. Just take a step back from that, because that is not coming from Source. Source does not tell you what to do, because you are your own sovereign being. When we're tapping into the advice of our angels and guides and all of the other amazing mystical creatures that are assisting us at this time, they are reminding us of ourselves. This is not advice coming from like some crazy place. They are just reminding us of what we already know inside, and that we have given them permission to remind us of. So this is not about, you better do this right now or else you're gonna miss the boat. Oh my God, Sarah, you better do it. This is boop, boop. You asked me to remind you that this is your path, so here's a thing. Here's a breadcrumb, here's a sign, divert, right? These things are gentle, they're subtle, sometimes so subtle that we miss them, and they're in the vibration of love. So feel that too. If any information or guidance or thoughts or any of those things, they should be in the vibration of love, because that is the vibration that our spirit team holds for us at all times. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. I also want to talk about, well, I'm not going to talk about that today, but it's been a pretty relentless ask about twin flames lately. So I'm sitting on some things with that. And I think that it's almost time to start talking and have that conversation. So probably look for that this week. I have a channel from Peony that I've been sitting on. Some of you guys have read it because, you know, just do that. But I think it's almost time for that. All right, so that is anxiety versus intuition. If you have any questions, post them in the Facebook page, because I'd love to continue the discussion, because I think it's so important as we move in with these new earth energies that we start to remember ourselves and how powerful we are and how connected we are and how able we are to receive all of the information that we need, and how guided we are by our own higher selves and by those who love us. You know, it has felt like such a big, cold, disconnected world sometimes. And it's not that way anymore. We are all waking up to our true, authentic selves. And as we open up more and more to that, we open up more and more to our own deep wells of wisdom and guidance that we can tap into, that we can share with others. And we open up to this massive network of assistance and love that is right here for us. So just remember that. I will see you back here tomorrow at 9 a.m. I don't know what we're talking about. If you are interested in joining the new moon call on Friday, just go ahead and click the restoration link or go into the Facebook group and join, and then you will be able to register for free and join us for that new moon call. I love you guys. Have a great day. If you enjoyed it, please share.